On this day in 1951, Celtic won the St Mungo Cup with a 3-2 win over Aberdeen. In 1951, Britain was still mired in austerity as it struggled to recover both physically and mentally from the ravages of the Second World War. The Festival of Britain in 1951 was an attempt by the government to foster a perception of recovery from the devastation of war. Events were held all around Britain, and the St Mungo Cup was a joint venture between the Glasgow Corporation and the Glasgow Football Association as their contribution to the festivities. After some rambling over which teams would take part, the format settled on a knockout competition involving the top 14 of the previous season's Division A clubs, plus Glasgow clubs Clyde and Queen's Park from Division B. Celtic reached the final with wins over Hearts, Clyde after a replay and Raith Rovers. Aberdeen's route to the final was much more difficult, eliminating Rangers, St Mirren and league champions Hibernian, who had won the title by 10 points in 1950-51, the equivalent of 15 points today. Celtic were the Scottish Cup holders after captain John McPhail, playing as a makeshift centre-forward, had scored the only goal against Motherwell in April. Now McPhail was injured and fullback Sean Fallon was pressed into service as a centre-forward, with Celtic lining up Hunter, Hockney, Rollo, Evans, Mallon, Bailey, Collins, Walsh, Fallon, Peacock, Tully. Celtic opened strongly, but it was Aberdeen who opened the scoring. The Aberdeen Evening Express of the 2nd of August reported, "In 20 minutes, Hamilton flicked the ball goalwards with his head from a Harris corner. Hunter, the Celtic keeper, seemed to have the ball covered, but was slow in gathering it, and Yorston came in like a whirlwind to send home." Hunter collided with the goalpost as he tried to save from Yorston and cut his head. He had to leave the field for 12 minutes to have stitches inserted, and Bobby Evans took over in goal. Shortly after Hunter returned, Aberdeen went 2 up through former Celtic winger Tommy Bogan, who cut inside to fire powerfully past the keeper from the edge of the box with 34 minutes gone. Charlie Tully dragged Celtic back into the game 5 minutes before half-time when he won a throw-in off fullback Davy Shaw. With no Celtic player nearby to receive the throw-in, Shaw turned his back on Tully, who cheekily threw the ball off his back and out for a corner. The Aberdeen defence were slow to react when Tully's corner kick came in and Sean Fallon forced the ball over the line. Fallon equalised 4 minutes into the second half, running onto a perfect through ball from Jimmy Walsh to finish emphatically. Celtic's winning goal was a controversial one, with Tully beating the Aberdeen fullback to the ball on the byline before sending over a cross. The Aberdeen keeper got a foot to it, but only succeeded in teeing it up for Walsh to sweep home. Norman MacDonald wrote in the Aberdeen Evening Express on the 2nd of August, "Personally, I thought the better team won, but the Aberdeen defenders will tell you that the winning goal in 71 minutes should never have been allowed to stand. They maintain that before Tully sent over the cross from which Walsh shot the winner, the ball was over the byline. I must admit that from the press box, the ball did appear to be over the line." The referee did not agree though, and the goal stood. A final piece of bad news for the Dons was forward Archie Baird being injured early in the second half in a collision with Bobby Evans. He played for the rest of the match with a broken jaw and spent the night in the Victoria Infirmary after the game. The trophy presentation was not until the following evening at the Kelvin Hall. As Celtic officials looked over the trophy, one of the handles, in the shape of a salmon, broke off in a director's hand. On closer examination, it turned out to be covered in ornate lifebelts and mermaids. After making inquiries, they discovered it had been made in 1894 as a trophy for a yachting event, then repurposed in 1912 for a football match between workers from Provan Ironworks and a City of Glasgow Police 11. To the fury of the Lord Provost of Glasgow, Celtic wrote to the tournament committee demanding a new trophy, but this was not forthcoming. The row soon blew over, and the old yachting trophy remains in the Celtic Park trophy cabinet to the present day.